Hey guys, I'm Annie Otaku, and today I want to give my top 10 strongest characters in all of One Piece. Now firstly, the rule. Rule 1, it will be the characters at their current state in the series, so no Prime Garp. However, if a character like Whitebeard is dead, we will be taking them in their prime. Don't ask me why those are the rules, they just are. And lastly, no characters without any feats like Dragon and Emu. Whilst I do believe that by the end of the series they're definitely going to be top 5, they won't be on this list. Oh, and these are just my opinions, even though my opinions are the best opinions, so feel free to share your top 10 in the comments. Number 10, Mihawk. Mihawk is a tricky one because of that ever so small title of World's Greatest Swordsman. Because if he's the world's greatest swordsman, then surely he can beat anyone with a sword, meaning he can beat Roger, and Roger is relative to Whitebeard, meaning he can beat Whitebeard. No, obviously that's not true. All I think it means is Mihawk is the one that the world believes is the world's greatest swordsman. Plus, there's other factors that come into it, like obviously hockey and devil fruits, which Mihawk doesn't even have, so yeah. Having said all this, Mihawk still definitely deserves his spot in number 10. He's able to easily clash with Yonko commanders. He used to spar with Shanks, and even at the end of the time skip, Zoro still wasn't strong enough to beat him, and some would even argue that Zoro's still not strong enough now. So yeah, Mihawk will be kicking this list off. Number 9, Monkey D. Goofy. Now yes, I do think Luffy's stronger than Mihawk because Zoro is gonna very soon be stronger than Mihawk and Zoro is not gonna be stronger than Luffy, so therefore Luffy's probably already stronger than Mihawk. Obviously what propelled him here was unlocking Gear 5th. I mean, it allows him to grab lightning and chuck it at his opponent, seemingly be indestructible and turn his opponent into a Looney Tunes character. We also saw in the latest chapters, thanks to Gear 5th, he seemed to be on level with an admiral. However, he also now has all 3 types of advanced hockey, which can't be overstated, and was literally able to split the sky with Kaido. There's not much to say about Luffy other than he's calm so far. It's okay, I won't start singing again, we know how bad that went last time. Anyway, number 8 is Kaido. Now, the reason Kaido's above Luffy is, well, he's not. I know that's not how numbers work, but I see these two more as equals. I do think if they fought again, Kaido could win, but Luffy could also still win, and I think people way overhype how much help Luffy actually got. Now, in terms of Kaido's feats, it's obviously got to be his durability. I mean, it took all the scabbards working together just to pierce him. Even Law and Kid, 2 of the Supernova said to be equal to Luffy, struggled to pierce him. But we also can't underrate his tack power, as I would say Borrow Breath does quite a bit of damage, especially when he does it with other elements. And he's also got one of the most OP devil fruits in One Piece, the Hormone fruit. You'll get that joke if you're caught up. But yes, this drunkenly dragon has definitely proven himself. Number 7, Blackbeard. Now you could say Blackbeard's on the lines of Emu and Dragon, where we haven't seen any of his feats. And I don't know about you, but personally I don't want to see Blackbeard's feet. But I'd argue we've also seen a lot of impressive feats from him, having 2 of the most powerful devil fruits in the world, destroying Marineford and taking an attack from Sengoku. And whilst the majority of his feat pre-time skip we haven't exactly seen, they sound pretty impressive. And how he got the Yonko title by defeating the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates in the Payback War. Not to mention he's gonna have to fight Luffy and be the final opponent, therefore probably one of the strongest. Personally, I think he's way stronger than people think, and I think people need to stop sleeping on him. Number 6, Shanks. Yeah, everyone forget I made that video on Shanks. But what I was more trying to get at in that video was even when we were all the way back in Whole Cake, people were still assuming that Shanks will be top 1 strongest. I still think he's strong, I just don't think he's going to be the strongest character, especially with the lack of feats. But he was said to be equal to Mihawk, and Mihawk was on this list, so I guess I had no choice but to put Shanks on here. He was also able to one-shot Kid, who helped take down Big Mom. Sorry, I got something in my throat then. And he was also kind of portrayed as on a similar level to Whitebeard when they split the skies. Granted, this was old Whitebeard. But that's the problem. All these feats, they're based on what we know about other people. We don't know much about Shanks at the moment, and for that reason, he's staying at 6. Taking us into our top 5, we've got Godu-san. I'm joking, I know power scaling must be taken severely seriously. Number 5 is actually Rayleigh. Now yes, it's old Rayleigh because Rayleigh's not dead, so we have to take old Rayleigh, but that still means that he can keep up with an admiral that can literally move at light speed. Also, it seemed that him and Kizaru are on about equal level. Not to mention, Garp also said that Rayleigh is on a similar level to Whitebeard. And Rayleigh was the right hand of the Pirate King, and if we assume there's a similar gap in between Roger and Rayleigh to Zoro and Luffy, then Rayleigh's pretty powerful. I think a lot of people accept that Rayleigh's in the top 10, so I'll keep this one short. On to the next one. But now, number 4, Akainu. Now, I might be the only one who has Akainu this high, but I think the rest of the community underrates him for one big reason. Let's go through all his feats post-time skip. Well, we shot off half of Kuma's head. Now we've gone through all his feats post-time skip, and I'm sure you're starting to see why the rest of the community underrates him. He was able to tank an attack from Whitebeard and knock off half his head, or the much more devastating half his moustache in the anime. And we know he has at least one type of advanced Haki, plus he's probably going to be Luffy's final opponent, or at least most people thought that until Imu got revealed. Number 3, Garp. Yes, I'm quite aware this is old Garp, he's still a beast. Don't believe me? Just look at what he did to Hachinosu, and this was said to be weaker than the ones he could do in his prime. Oh, and it seems he's equal to Roger, who you'll notice hasn't appeared on this list yet. So yeah, Garp is amazing, and I really hope he's not dead. Now, real quick before we go into our top 2, because I know people are going to be asking about them, Rox isn't on this list because whilst I'm sure he deserves to be here, we wouldn't know specifically where he goes. Big Mom is just barely off the list in 11th place, and Kuzon just barely made it off this list in 12th place. Now, number 2, Whitebeard. There's not even any question about this, he was literally called the world's strongest man. We already ticked the boxes for the 2 main power systems, having one of the strongest devil fruits and mastery of all 3 Hakis. And I mean, look at this. He ended up like this and still had time to give one of the most badass last words in all of existence. Oh, he was also a rival to Roger, equal to Shanks, and was one-shotting giant vice admirals. Why is this even a question? Obviously he's number 2. Now number 1, drum roll. Buggy D Clown! No, it's obviously Roger. I've been mentioning him this whole video. He is him. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. He had to circumnavigate the globe, meaning he probably had to fight all kinds of monsters. He has all 3 Haki and probably some advanced. He doesn't have a devil fruit, but hey, he's got a sword to make up for that. Look at his first mate, and you can already assume that he's got to be stronger than his first mate. So yeah, I don't think this is much of a question. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.